Ladies and gentlemen out there in metal world, welcome to Bloodstock TV. I'm sitting here with Donald, the very man himself from Obituary. All hail.
Right on.
Thank you so much for
Oh, you're welcome.
sitting
Glad
here
to
with
be
me,
here.
man. I got to start with just the recent album, Dying of Everything. Holy shit, it was my album of the year in 2023. And we were just talking before we clicked on the cameras there about how it's just so reassuring to have a quality death metal band that just have swing and groove and brutality, the old school mix of what it should be. But just that album, it was just fantastic. And like, you've obviously been out on the circuit now, you've been around for a little bit
Yeah.
playing those tracks, and just to see how it's been so well received
Yeah.
just everywhere you go. I mean, that just must be such a fucking righteous feeling inside you, you know?
It really was because, at this point of our career, I guess you do albums to stay relevant, but let's not kid each other. When Obituary plays, people are showing up. They want to hear Chopped in Half. They want to hear Slow to Rot.
Yeah.
So for them to really accept the new album and the new songs, because they're quite opposite. Band members, they want everyone to love the new album. We love our new albums. Everybody does. But again, as a Slayer fan, when you go see Slayer, it's hey, play some new songs. But I'm waiting for Show No Mercy and I'm waiting for Hell Awaits,
Yeah.
and it's not my fault.
Yeah.
You did it to me when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It is cool. It's cool seeing people digging Dying of Everything.
Yeah, it's amazing. But just you mentioned a couple of old school tunes there, which again I've just marked down here that Cause of Death is coming up to 35 years
Yeah.
anniversary.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a record that helped define the era. To be brutally honest with you, like when you tear into those songs just live today,
Yeah.
and you're seeing the kids go crazy, and then kids that just weren't even born back in the day, and
Yeah.
whatever. It must just be like when you see that chaos out there, it's still got the same energy of since way back in the
Yeah.
day for you when you're looking out over the kit, just going, holy shit.
Yeah, it really
it.
does, and it is young kids. That's what's cool is the album is going on 36 years old. So 35 years ago, we were just 20-year-old something kids, and wrote songs that we just believed in, and we were going for it. So now to see 20-year-olds and 15-year-olds experiencing it for the first time, but are very passionate in that front row, kind of going for it and
Yeah.
really digging it. That's cool, again, goes back to songwriters and people, the fans, believing in the album that you just put out compared to band members. I was 20 years old when I wrote those songs on Cause of Death. And honestly, and I've said this in other interviews, that I can't stand my performance on that record. That was also the time where triggering and sound replacement was just beginning in the world of
Yeah.
heavy metal.
Yeah.
So they decided to replace kick and snare on that record. I'm the one thing I'm proud of is my drumming skills behind a drum kit and my ambient sound. I do a rim shot with my snare drums, and even at the age of 20, I remember them replacing the snare drum right in front of me. With back then it was on computers and you had to allow each one to replace
Oh my
it.
God.
And I just heard the magic go away. I know that it was more consistent, but that still again goes back to I'm pretty consistent. I'm not the best drummer in the world, but I am consistent, and I felt the magic go away. So yeah, so the kids love Cause of Death. I cringe when I listen to that record, but honestly, now that we're celebrating 35 years and we went back and relearned that entire album and we're performing it on stage at the tempos that I wish I would have done in 1990, and with the real ambient drum sounds. There are no triggers on my drum kit live, we go for it, and it's really cool. Those songs are brutal.
Would you ever consider like re-recording it?
You'd have to.
Some bands have done that. They've gone back and
you have to put yourself in the shoes of the fans.
Oh, okay.
Do they really want that? I think they would. Before it was even released, they would have a reason why it's not good,
right,
or better,
okay,
or it's worse, and before they even heard it. And I get that, man. Again, it goes back to one of my favorite bands in the world. Go back to Slayer.
Yeah.
Slayer's productions on Show No Mercy, Hell Awaits.
We know
it is
but
not.
It's part of it.
But it's part of why it's so sick.
Yeah.
It's Dave Lombardo's bass drum sound is hilarious, but his feet were fucking shredding. Yeah. And to go back and try to record it just to record it better, you would do it. That wouldn't do it any
I
justice.
think I read that when they were, I can't remember which album it was, that Gene Hoglan was in there holding the bass drum,
Yeah,
like in the studio
yeah.
while Dave was playing it.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard a couple weird things with Show No
yeah,
Mercy too, like cymbals were recorded after the fact or something. I mean,
weird.
we know this is a
Well,
long time ago.
but I get what you say. It's the end product
It
that
is,
made the
man. I
impact,
don't
and
want to
that was
record.
it.
I do not. To answer the question,
Yeah,
we have no
not gonna
business
fuck with the
re-recording it.
chemistry on it.
And
Yeah,
we did the live infection. You know, we did the album live on that live stream back
yeah.
in 2018 or 2020, where that was. So
So
that
it's
was cool.
just
Yeah,
preserved in
yeah.
history as it should be. Um, the videos for Violence and 10,000 Ways to Die, I absolutely loved the contrast of, you're like, oh my God, what's this going to be? And it's like Scooby-Doo,
Yeah.
you know? Whose idea was that?
So, the cartoonist Balázs,
Yeah.
he's from Hungary. He's awesome. He's great at what he does. And this was that's a long time ago now. It's amazing, and it's going on a decade ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, it was his idea to do a cartoon, but my brother and I immediately said, look, because he gave us a sample, like 10 seconds of what he thought it would be, and it was gory and blood and seriousness. And we said, if we're going to do this, it's going to be Fat Albert and the Gang meets Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And we wanted like slapstick comedy, the dumbest shit you could possibly think of. And he was the one that got nervous. As Balázs got nervous, he was like, you sure your fans are going to accept this? And I said, they're going to love it.
Yeah.
They're gonna love it. I mean, why be serious? Are we a serious band? We don't take our shit serious. We wear flip flops. We live in the sun.
Yeah.
We're not leather pants and leather jacket guys, you know. But the world loved it, I guess.
Yeah, no,
Apparently.
they did, and I think it's just because of the contrast of, you know, that you're expecting something that's like
Yeah.
gnarly and just like fucked up, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, this is actually
Refreshing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Godly Beings box set, revisiting your first 4 albums, there was bonus tracks put on that, right? Am I correct in saying that?
It's a touchy subject because the box set was
Oh,
not.
that's out of.
It's just not. It wasn't
Okay.
our
Shall we-
idea.
Okay, should we cut that? We'll just
No,
cut it
I don't.
for-
You can play it
Okay.
for the fans so they know for
Okay.
sure. But that's just something that Roadrunner as a company did with all their bands, and
Yeah.
the bands didn't have a say so. Because
Oh,
of
shit,
course, as
okay.
an artist, if I'm not as a company, if I'm not seeing anything from it, but pennies to the peanuts,
Yeah.
and the creative side of it is not there, you're not even asking my opinion, then why would I want it to even exist?
Mm.
You know, and we're not a part of that record label. I haven't been for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it was something that they wanted to do, and we had no say so.
Jeez, I didn't know that, because
Yeah.
I thought you were at least consulted about the
Yeah,
bonus tracks that they put on
they
it.
came to us and said they were going to do it, but they didn't say, "Do you want to do it?" They just said it's going to happen.
Got it. That's the brutal side of this business.
That's the
that you
brutal
don't
side
hear,
of being it. But
hear about. Yeah.
you can't cry over spilled beer, though. You know,
Yeah.
we just move forward as a company.
I gotcha. Okay, you're coming to Thrash of the Titans tour. You're coming our way,
Yeah.
with the Mighty Testament, Destruction, and Nervosa.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Goat Horror couldn't be on it, but
Yeah.
Nervosa are
Yeah.
awesome still. This is such a killer lineup. Was this tour package in the works and in talks for quite some time, or was it like, did it come together like real? You know, was the pick up a phone and
This was an 8-minute phone chat with me and Chuck.
See, that's what I love.
Chuck
It's just
Chuck said we want
all the suits out of the
It was
fucking
great,
room.
man.
Oh,
It was great.
man.
I remember we were line checking at a club in Germany, and Robin, my tour manager, she said, Chuck Billy's going to call you. And within seconds, my phone rang, and less than 10-minute phone call. We just said, this is what we're thinking. And I said, I think that's brilliant. And we haven't toured together. And I always look for those type tours. And to be blatantly honest, it's the fact of, let's do it before one of us are dead or before the bands are no longer. And it's been 40 years.
Impossible to tour.
Absolutely. And
yeah.
it's a 40-year career for those guys and us. And it
Yeah.
needed to happen. And they're good friends of ours, and they're good human beings.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to it, man.
Yeah,
I think the fans are freaking out on it too.
Yeah, that tour is particularly badass.
That
I mean,
and
it's
and Destruction for me.
Get in early,
Yeah.
because it just
Yeah.
is. Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah, man, we're excited.
I need to just finally ask you about a new album, might surface in 26, 27. Is that still on the cards, or?
So, you know, in the rock and roll industry, you make plans and nothing ever sticks, and getting pushed back, it happens always. So I don't want to tell people that there's going to be a new album, because is there? We don't know. We're having a damn good time. My brother and I are having a blast. Should there be one more record? Possibly. Possibly for the fans, you know.
Yeah.
Again, going on a 40-year career. We're wondering, where do we go with this career of ours, and how much longer do we want to do it? Can we do it, and should we?
Yeah.
And so, you know, to answer the question, we love writing music, and we love the idea of a new album, but we will definitely take our times and write the best songs we possibly can, just like we did with Dying of Everything. So 26 and 27 will be a writing process,
Okay.
and then the recording of it. So, you know, we're looking, as, again, if we're still on this side of the ground, and we could do it, there'll be another one, simply because the fans deserve it, and we're still having a good time doing what we do.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I'm not going to keep you any longer. You need to get ready. And so, Donald, it was absolute pleasure,
Right on, man.
Bloodstock, once again, have an obituary, and you're closing the festival.
We are.
Last band of 2025.
Fuck me.
It's going to be hot and sweaty and amazing the way it should be.
Cool,
so
man.
Listen, man, I wish you all the best. And
Right
thank
on.
you so
And
much.
thank you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching and listening and learning a little bit.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, man.
Right on, man.
Cheers.